Welcome to video 1. What is a money spot by Urban Forex? Alright guys, so welcome to this week, and the first video of this week we're going to be talking about a topic called money spot. Now what is this money spot, right? Now what I'm about to teach you this whole week about money spots is actually the trigger zone. Okay, so what that means is it is the last moment before your trade actually takes off. Okay, so let's try to understand something like this. Okay, let's assume, I'm just gonna draw here. Okay, let's assume the market is going one way. Okay, and your job is to join them, right? So let's say you find out that the big boys are going for a buy and you also want to go for a buy. What you're looking for is when the selling gets excessive. Okay, when the selling gets excessive, you want to end up buying it. Okay, but where the money spot actually kicks in is the final stage of the sellers. Let me explain what that means. So for example, let's say we're in this nice big uptrend. Okay, from that uptrend, the sellers start coming down like this. Now I want you to start thinking in terms of logic, okay? Do you think when the markets is going up and up and up and up and up really, really strong like that, anyone is actually thinking of a sell? No. You can't turn people into sellers that quickly. Over here, no one is selling, okay? Some people are just profit taking who are in the buys and they're not worried. Over here, they're panicking a little bit, but they're not really selling. Over here, they will start selling more after they get stopped out and whatnot. Over here, a lot more selling will happen. Okay? So always just remember the retail money always follows something at the end. Okay? So if you see a big movement, just understand big boys at the start of it and retail money at the end of it. Okay, that's the rule of nature, of the law of how society works everywhere. Okay, it starts with innovation, and then everyone who's following it will jump on later, like on the bandwagon, right? So someone, Elvis will start wearing these bell-bottom jeans, and then suddenly after some time, everyone's gonna start doing it. It's just the way everything works. Fashion works the same way. Technology and waves and all of the stuff works in the similar fashion. So finance is the very same thing. So whenever you see a movement, like if a movement is down, just remember smart players and larger players initiate the move, smart players add to the move, and then the public is down here trying to ride it as well, because no research, no education, and it's more like, well, me too, and why not? Why not? It's everyone's trying to do what the best they can do. So they generally end up selling down here. Having that said, so a lot of their selling starts to pile up, less from top, but more and more on the bottom. Now, as it piles up more and more on the bottom, remember, as a trader from Urban Forex, what is your job? I know the buy is there. Fundamentally, everything points to I need to get onto this buy, but not now. Prices are coming down. I'm getting a better price as more and more people are willing to sell that currency to me at this type of rates. Okay? At this rate, whatever it's offering me. Okay, so they're willing to sell it to me because I want to buy it. Right? So as more and more people are willing to sell, more of us can buy larger quantities of it. Okay? But we can't just buy it at any time. If you buy it here, you'll be stuck. If you buy it here, you'll be stuck. If you buy it here, you'll be stuck. Right? So there's a lot of areas that if you buy it too soon, you will come into a complication. Now, the age-old question of the trend is your friend. Okay, or not the question, the statement now that we've been having in this Urban Forex. I want you to keep track of that because this is where it's going to come in handy. As this seller keeps going down, as it digests How do we look at it to digest? We're like, oh, look at that big meal he came from here to here, big meal down. Okay, he's digesting a little bit. Couldn't make a lower low. Okay, great. He couldn't make a lower low. And then he goes up. Okay, he's digesting a bit more. Oh, look at that range. That range is for us to get ready because we say that big boys are coming to take off to the north, right? But that very same area to the average person is a support equals resistance sell. They will pile on even more to the sell side. This is where we call it, the final stage is called the money spot illusion, okay? Where you are battling against someone who's heavily willing to sell. That's why the range comes into play, because as they're hitting the sells aggressively thinking it's an SNR, the big boys and other smart players, what they're doing is they're taking all the orders as much as they can slowly, and it's causing the markets to go sideways. So the sellers and buyers are matching. When the matching goes out of proportion, the buyers, because they have a lot more money, take off. Okay? So this area right here, the final range, is what we call the money spot. Now let's move on to the next video.